Hey everyone, my name is Kathy Reuter and I am so excited to have you here. Thanks for joining our coaching sneak peek. I'm really excited I get to show you what it is that we do as Beachbody coaches. So glad to have you here. You're going to learn a ton of information over the next 5 days and get to really figure out if this is something that maybe could be for you. Maybe this is a good fit for you and maybe something that you could see yourself doing in your near future. So I wanted to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have two little kids at home, Landon and Kirsten. Landon's 3 and Kirsten's 18 months old. I started Beachbody coaching on June 25th, 2014. And prior to becoming a coach, I was an elementary school teacher for 8 years with my master's in special education. And I taught first and second grade. And I really enjoyed teaching. But before I had children, my husband and I always knew that I wanted to become a stay at home mom once I had kids. It was my dream. It was something I felt very strongly about. And we were going to do whatever we had to do to make that happen. So when I had Landon, I handed in my paperwork for teaching and I became a stay-at-home mom. And we knew things were going to be really tight when we did that because I was making a good amount of money at the time because, like I said, I had been teaching for 8 years with a master's degree. And I was teaching in a school system that was paying very well at the time, at least $10,000 more than my other friends were getting in the surrounding towns. So we took a big pay cut. And my husband has a really good job which was allowing me to be able to stay at home, but we still knew things were going to be tight for us. We didn't realize how tight things were going to be because we hadn't had kids. This is our first one coming. But things became extremely stressful for us. We were getting further and further into debt because of this. And my husband was doing so many extra side jobs to try to make ends meet just to keep us afloat, basically. And it still wasn't enough. It was never enough. I ended up taking up tutoring and was tutoring like at least 4 nights a week. And we still was struggling. It was very, very stressful. So at this time, Landon was probably about 10 months old, and I found out that we were pregnant with my daughter, Kirsten. So we were so excited because we want to have a big family if things are allowed and go as smoothly as we hope they will be. But we also were extremely overwhelmed and stressed out. And we had her, and she was about 4 months old at the time, and we were in such bad shape financially wise at that time that it was so overwhelming. And my husband finally said, "You're gonna have to start looking for a job, Kathy. You're gonna have to go back to teaching. We can't swing this anymore. We still have our whole lives ahead of us. We can't go down this road. It's getting really ugly, and we just can't keep up." And it was right at that time that the coaching opportunity was actually presented to me. And the funny thing about it is, I didn't hop right on it. I had done P90X with my husband 6 years ago, and we loved it. We got into the best shape of our lives. We hadn't stepped foot in a gym for like 6 years. So we had that strong belief in the programs. We knew they worked. We knew that they got us into the best shape of our lives out of everything else that we've ever done, out of running and running marathons and going to the gym and being on a sports team. That is what worked. But we still didn't commit to this right away because we were very skeptical. And our perception of what coaching was not really what it was at all. We really had no clue about this opportunity and what it entailed. We didn't understand it. And so for 3 months, I dragged my feet and I didn't become a coach because I thought to myself, first of all, how am I going to be able to do this? I don't have any time. I'm with the kids all day long. I'm extremely busy, so there's no time during the day. I'm exhausted because I'm up all night long because Kirsten was waking up all night, so I was not really getting any sleep. And I was 30 pounds heavier. So how am I going to become a coach if I'm not even in good shape myself? I'm not where I want to be. I don't really feel that great about myself right now. So the confidence piece isn't there. And I mean, how am I going to make this work? So for 3 months, I dragged my feet until finally my husband and I sat down and we talked and we said, you know what? Give it a shot. You're not going to know unless you try this out. You know, what do you got to lose? If anything, Maybe the team will help support me and help me lose my baby weight so I can start to feel better about myself and get back to where I was before, which I thought was not possible after having 2 kids. I thought I would never get my body back and my confidence back. So if anything, what's the worst that can happen? What? Maybe I'll lose that weight and I can inspire a few people along the way to join me. I'll give it a shot. So I jumped into coaching after dragging my feet for 3 months, and I can honestly tell you right now, the only regret that I have was waiting those 3 months. I say all the time, I wish that I had just hopped right on board. I wish that I had actually found out about this and learned about this before I had kids. But I hopped on board, and it has totally changed my life and my family's life. The team is my favorite thing about this. You get to be surrounded by so many positive and uplifting people every single day. So when life throws you curveballs or things get you down, or if you're surrounded by negative things, this is your place. These are your people that are right there to always bring you up, and they're there to support you, and they're happy for you all the time. They become some of your closest friends, and it's awesome to be part of a group of people that are all like-minded, just like I am, who want more out of life. Just people who are simply looking to make a difference in somebody else's life. People who are looking for something fulfilling and something rewarding. Something that is for a good cause, because we're all about ending the trend of obesity. That's all it is. Our job is simply just to help other people. So the team is key to this. It is the best part about it. Another awesome piece about this is that this is your own business. You can do this from anywhere you want. What you put into it is what you get out of it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to work at it. It's your own business. So you have to be willing to carve out a little bit of time every day to dedicate to your business. And trust me, we have very busy people on the team, people who have families, that have children, that are working full-time, that are working on their masters. They have own homes, and they still are able to run a successful Beachbody business. So you have to decide that. And another thing that I love about it too is that now that I'm a parent, I'm leading by example. And that was another important thing for me doing this. It's more important than ever when you become a parent to show your children how important it is to live a healthy lifestyle. And that is exactly what I'm doing every single day. They're seeing me and they're watching me. So it has been incredible. By month 7 in, what I was making for income completely exceeded my teacher salary for 8 years with a master's degree. And at my 1-year mark, what I was making matched my husband's take-home pay, which just totally blows me away. You literally become the best version of yourself while you become a coach. And I know you hear that all the time, but it's totally true. Once you get into this, you literally become the best version of you. Things improve in your life in all areas, relationships, the way you think, your outlook on life. And you know what, guys? If I had looked back on my life before I did coaching, I could honest to God say I had a good life. There was nothing about it that I would have changed. I had a good life. But don't settle for good. And that's something I learned as I got into this. Don't settle for good. You have one life. Make it the best life. How are you going to do that? This right here is it, and could be it for you if you give it a shot. And you're not going to know unless you hop in and you give it a chance. So you're going to learn more about this over the next 5 days, and I really hope you enjoy it. I'm so happy to be able to talk with you guys. You're going to hear from some incredible coaches on the team, and reach out if you need anything at all. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.